Alina had always walked the halls of Crestview High with her head down and her voice barely above a whisper. She wasn't invisible, not exactly, but the loud, chaotic world around her never seemed to notice the storm inside. Her soft eyes had years of moving from city to city, never staying in one place long enough to form lasting friendships. Her silence made her a target, especially for the popular kids who fed off attention like a drug. One Monday morning, everything changed. Alina wore her favorite skirt that day. It wasn't expensive or flashy, it was a pale blue hand-me-down from her sister. But it made her feel like herself. As she approached her locker, the air shifted. Laughter echoed unnaturally loud, and something in her gut told her she wasn't safe. "Hey, shy mouse," a voice rang out behind her. It was Trina, the self-appointed queen of the school's social hierarchy. Her posse of two Brandy and Lex stood behind her like shadows, grinning with cruelty. Alina tried to ignore them, hurriedly twisting the dial on her lock, but Trina wasn't having it. She stepped close, eyes sparkling with mischief. "That's such a cute skirt," Trina said with a syrupy tone that carried venom. "Too bad it's about to get upgraded." Before Alina could turn around, she felt a sharp tug at her side and then the sound of snip. Cold air rushed over the back of her legs. There was a heartbeat of silence. Then laughter exploded through the hallway. Alina turned around, stunned, her trembling hands pulling the remains of her skirt down. Trina stood there, scissors still in hand, looking satisfied and smug. Students pointed, whispered, and recorded the scene with their phones. The world tilted. But Alina didn't cry. She didn't scream. She stepped forward. Everyone expected her to run. Instead, Alina reached deep into the part of herself she'd kept hidden for years. The part trained by her father, a retired Muay Thai fighter from Thailand, who raised her not to hurt, but to never let anyone take her dignity. She grabbed Trina's wrist and yanked her forward into a Muay Thai clinch, a move that came as naturally as breathing. And then, boom! A clean, controlled knee strike landed in Trina's midsection. The queen bee crumpled like paper. Brandy rushed at her, shrieking. Another clinch. Another knee. Down. Lex froze, eyes wide with panic, then stumbled back and disappeared into the crowd. Silence fell. The hallway, once full of laughter, was now stunned still. Alina stood in the center, breathing heavily, her eyes locked on the two girls on the floor, gasping and groaning. A teacher finally arrived, pushing through the students who parted like the Red Sea. Mr. Kincaid took one look at the situation, then at the torn skirt, the scissors, and the phones. Understanding dawned in his eyes. Alina was taken to the principal's office. But so were Trina, Brandy, and Lex. The videos went viral within hours. Students who never even knew her name began calling her the Muay Thai girl. But the fame didn't matter to her. What mattered was that she wasn't a victim anymore. That week, Trina and her crew were suspended for bullying and assault. Alina? She received a written warning not for fighting, but for using unauthorized self-defense. But Mr. Kincaid gave her a quiet thumbs up as she walked out of the office. The biggest change wasn't in how the school saw her, it was in how she saw herself. She walked into class the next day with her head held high. People looked at her differently, not with pity or fear, but with respect. Later, someone timidly sat next to her in the cafeteria and asked, "Hey, can you teach me that move?" Alina smiled. It wasn't about revenge. It was about reclaiming herself. Every time someone stood up for her, it had been too late. This time, she stood up for herself in time.